The Knicks desperately need a secondary shot creator, both for the starting lineup and also for the bench unit. Let's break down why. This play is going to start with an away action where Josh gets the ball. Right now, no defender on OKC is worried that the action is going to happen on the strong side. When we're setting up this action on the weak side, there's no fear from Shea or Hartenstein that the play is going to come on this side to the left. Instead, the biggest worry is the screen at the top of your screen, the back screen by Brunson on McHale. And to the Knicks' credit, they're very good at cutting off this action where McHale gets an open look. In this case, against good defenses that know how to scheme against it, you're not going to get this cut. Then Cat's going to set the screen for Brunson to come up, and every single player on OKC knows that Brunson's going to get this ball, right? So the defense can kind of not like relax, but they know that Knicks possessions are going to start with Brunson. So whatever action happens to be a decoy action, a good defense will know that it's not going to start until Brunson gets the ball. And what that means is there needs to be pressure on the rim where a player can create their own shot. Right now, it's Cat and Josh. This should be the play for both Josh and Cat to attack. Instead, it's going to go to Brunson, and Shea doesn't even need to be that deep in help at the nail. He can stay closer attached to McHale because they're not worried about Josh attacking. So here, play goes to Brunson. Again, OKC now knows that the play is going to start with Brunson, and then it's going to be a tough pass. No rim pressure created, back to Brunson again. And then it's just a tough shot. The actual stat that I probably want is percentages of possessions that end with a Brunson touch, and I can almost guarantee it's number one in the league. Like, look at this play right now. You basically have two defenders in Grady Dick and RJ that know that they don't need to do anything. It's 10 seconds left on the shot clock. The ball is so far away from the basket, and you have two defenders and two offensive players completely taken out of the play, because good teams will know not to defend that. Now here, because you're down to 7 seconds left on the shot clock, you can send this trap, right? So 5 seconds left, here's the trap. This is a mistake by Pirtle. He shouldn't let Brunson turn the corner. If Pirtle doesn't let Brunson turn the corner, Brunson has to rotate the ball back to the weak side. So with 6 seconds left on the shot clock, Scotty can just go up to Cat, and then RJ can just go to Hart, and everyone can rotate because you can't press that advantage with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Here, Pirtle makes a mistake, lets Brunson turn the corner. Good cut by Cat, good finish. But with good defenses, that's not going to happen. They're not going to make mistakes like this. Like right now, there's no fear that Hart's going to attack right now, right? This ball's going to go to Brunson so far away. There's 13 seconds left on the shot clock. All good defensive teams are going to know Brunson's going to get the ball here. And then, again, this is another mistake. Right now, a good defensive team, you would just send RJ to go trap Brunson here. Then Brunson can't make this pass. This is a tough skip pass where it quickly can guard both Hart and McHale. So then this trap's going to happen. Hart's going to have to readjust his position to get this ball. That'll leave it to like 6 seconds on the shot clock. Here, you let Brunson get to his strong hand, right? So he gets to go to his left and then draws a foul. But if you imagine the scenario with a good defense, the trap gets set, you prevent Brunson. So Grady Dick would shade Brunson's left hand, so you wouldn't let him get to his left. RJ sends the help. There's just nowhere to go. And then it takes time for Hart to get open. And then now you're playing advantage basketball, which Hart is good at, but you don't know if you have enough time to press that advantage. And it's the Raptors right now, obviously not an elite defensive team, but in the playoffs, when teams can really break down the film, that's what's going to happen. Late shot clock situations they're going to live with on switches, on traps. Late shot clocks make sure the Knicks don't have enough time to press the advantage. Now let's look at the bench unit. This is even worse, right? Who's your primary shot creator? Is it Campaign? Is it OG? So OG doesn't have like the tightest handles. He turns it over there. You try to get the ball into Cat. Hart's out there as a spacer. You let the defense be deep and help. And then Precious is the person who's going to create an opportunity. Like, this is just what you don't want, right? You need someone to be able to create a shot because that opens the floor for everyone else. For Campaign to be a spot-up shooter, for Shamet to be a spot-up shooter. It allows everyone else to play better in the flow of their offense if you have someone who can generate their own bucket and someone who can collapse the defense. So look at this chart here. The x-axis here is field goal percentage on drives, and the y-axis is assist to turnover on drive. So basically, are you able to take care of the ball? And then the size of the bubble is how many drives per game a player gets. So the bigger the bubble, the more drives per game they get. The smaller the bubble, the less drives per game they get. So if you look at the far right, you can see that there's one bubble who's the best field goal percentage, rim field goal percentage driver in the entire league. And that player also has a fairly good assist to turnover ratio on drives, right? So they take care of the ball on drives. They finish really well on drives, but they're not getting a lot of drives per game. There are 10 players that have a better assist to turnover ratio on drives, and they average 11 drives per game, whereas this player on the far right, who again is the best finisher on drives, averages 4.2 drives per game. So this player on your right here, this is Josh Hart. Josh Hart is the best finisher on drives. He has a top 11 assist to turnover ratio, and he gets one of the least amount of drives per game. I don't really understand why he's not utilized as a finisher and as a shot creator, where he can take the ball, and he did this a lot against the Raptors. There were 4 or 5 drives where he just pressed the advantage and created his own shot, created his own advantage. That opens the floor up for Brunson, opens the floor up for everyone else, opens the floor up for the bench unit as well, where Cam Payne can play off ball, same with Shaman can play off ball. And those minutes where they're playing off ball is better suited for them. And they can probably spell the starters some more minutes as well. Look at this pass. This is a ridiculous pass. Like, this is what happens when he drives, when he's aggressive. He draws a defender in, and then when he draws a defender in here, that causes a rotation, right? Walters has to come down to McHale, and this is a great pass. Cam Payne can play off advantage basketball, gets a great shot, misses this, right? But that's a great play because you have someone else that can create their own advantage. A lot of times too, when teams put their center on Hart, you have to just be able to beat them. This is the best finisher on drives, and also someone who we've watched grown into an incredible playmaker.